Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is that you're coming in to watch. Good morning for me. I am Shannon. This is Cosmic Goddess Healing. Welcome in to my beautiful divine feminines, my divine masculines, my star seeds, my soul tribe. Welcome in to whoever feels guided to come and watch my videos. If you're new to my channel, I would say mostly the theme of my readings is about personal empowerment, purpose, finding purpose in your life, I would say more personal empowerment and purpose. Sometimes some love readings slide in there. It's not my thing though. I don't typically like to do the love readings. There's lots of love readers out there. My focus is, and the purpose of why I even started this channel was because I truly want to empower people. I don't want to just give you the answers. I want to help you go within to find the answers yourself. And maybe my readings are just a little bit of a confirmation to help you on your journey. They're a complement. I want you to do the inner work. I want you to empower yourself. And I only want my readings to be, again, just a complement to the work that you're already doing. I really don't, my intention is not to, for you to like live your life around my readings. You shouldn't do that with any reader. Because energy is fluid and it changes and it's always shifting and we have free will. So, you know, my readings are not gospel, you know. They're just a complement to the work you're already doing, and they're giving you that extra little bit of guidance that you're on the right path. I don't know why I felt like I had to open with that. I actually never open with something like that if you're someone that watches my videos, but for some reason this morning I felt like I needed to kind of say that, and maybe it's because someone new is going to find my video. So Spirit wanted me to give a little bit of an introduction so that if you feel guided to continue watching my videos or subscribing or sharing or whatever, you kind of know whether you're in alignment with me or not. So today, I'm actually going to post a couple of videos today because I was sitting this morning doing my typical meditation and journaling, and Spirit was telling me that it's really important that I get a message out there about the power of surrender, and that's going to be the title of this video. And Spirit wanted me to share my experiences with you guys, to show you the proof, to show you the evidence, because if you're like me, I'm requiring evidence all the time. I am very skeptical about things. You know, even new readers, I'm super skeptical about. Why does it feel like I'm saying that really weirdly? I don't think I am, but anyways, moving on. You know, I'm someone that I don't just believe something. Like I need to kind of see a little bit, I'll sit back and watch, and I need a little bit more evidence. So if you're somebody that requires evidence, Spirit said it's really important that I share this message. And although I have talked about this little bits throughout different readings I've done, Spirit said I need just a message, no reading. So there will not be any card reading in this message. This is just going to be more of a channeled message where Spirit is asking me to speak on the topic of the power of surrender. And maybe whoever is guided to come in and watch this video, you're kind of struggling in fighting against things. And what I mean by that, and I'll give you my examples first. You know, I'll start with my career. I was working in a sales role for many, many years, and I used to love that sales role. I used to feel so passionate about it. I loved what I was selling. I was selling travel. And I was incredibly passionate about it. And as I was sort of moving through my spiritual journey, I was being guided, or felt like I was meant to lead. And you know, if you had have asked me this 4 or 5 years ago, I would have said absolutely not. I'm shy, and you're gonna laugh at this, but I was terrified of public speaking, which I still am. This is different. Me filming right now, I'm very comfortable in front of the camera, but I don't have an audience right now. you guys are gonna watch later when I'm like, I don't have to see your your reactions or your judgments. I don't get to see any of that. Whereas live public speaking, you're watching the reactions of people, feeling very judged, whether it's good or bad. So, but I was feeling this along my spiritual journey. And as I was awakening, I was strongly feeling that I was meant for leadership in some capacity. But some lessons that I've been learning along the way is it's really easy for us to misinterpret the guidance that we're receiving from spirit in terms of our own life and our own steps forward. I knew leadership was what I was meant for, but in my mind, because I was then doing what we do as humans, trying to control the outcome, I was determining how that was going to look, and that was wrong. And I know that now, and Spirit is saying, please reiterate that, Shannon. Please hit home with that if you sense, let's say that you feel I'm meant to lead, somehow I don't know, but I feel it, I'm meant to be a leader, don't fill in the blanks, like don't fill in the outcome. Don't try to determine, well, what does that look like? How am I gonna be a leader? Is it gonna be in this type of a position? So what I did was I went, oh, okay, I'm gonna be a leader. That's what you want from me. So I'm gonna try to go after management positions in my company. And I did. I fought hard for those management positions, and it was insane how I got blocked at every friggin' turn that I tried to take. The first role that I tried to apply for, everything was like lining up for me beautifully. It felt like that was where I was heading, and boom, Spirit put up the roadblock. And it was very wild how it all happened. It was, my daughter was struggling in her own career. She couldn't find work in her career that she went to school for. So my boss at the time had suggested, why don't we ask her if she wants to come on board with us? So we did. We brought her on board. She loved the job. And then I got told, well, sorry, but by the way, you can't be a manager now because you chose to bring your child into the store. And I wasn't told that information prior to being asked if I wanted to bring my daughter in. So it's weird how spirit works, how the universe works. I was devastated, of course, because I'm not going to take that from my child. Of course, I made the choice to give up the management position, let my child have a chance at the job, and she is flourishing at this job, by the way. And the story continues. So another position opened up for another management role at another store downtown, and I knew I didn't want to commute. I had no interest in commuting, but again, I felt like I was meant for leadership, so I was fighting against things and trying to force management to be, that's what I thought was the outcome. When really what I was supposed to do was just acknowledge that I'm feeling leadership is what's meant for me, but wait and surrender. Surrender and let the universe unfold the outcome. Because it was very painful, me trying to force these things and them not working out for me. It was incredibly painful for me. It was like rejection. I'm not good enough for these roles. I'm confused, Spirit. I don't understand. You made me feel like I'm supposed to be a leader in the world, but you keep blocking me from these things. And it's crazy when you can look back on something and realize, okay, I get it. I see why all of those things didn't work out, because something better was waiting for me and my daughter. So fast forward, the management roles weren't working out. There was actually 3 that I tried to apply for, and I got blocked on all of them. And I was devastated at this point, thinking, well, maybe I was wrong. Maybe leadership wasn't the thing for me. And lo and behold, somebody came to me and suggested, why don't you look on the learning and development team? Why don't you look to see if you could be a training specialist and teach the new hires how to be a good travel agent? And I was like, no, like that's not what spirit wants for me. And I'm feeling in my head, I don't think that's the right thing. Management was so stuck in my head. I was so attached to me being a leader meant I had to manage people, but I hated managing people. I hated it. I had no desire to have that type of pressure on me, pressure to sell, pressure to manage people. And it was a difficult shop. It was a difficult group of women to lead and to manage. So I didn't even want it. That's the crazy part looking back. So I did reach out to this learning and development team, and it was amazing. It was everything I wanted, everything I didn't know that I wanted, I should say. And then eventually a position did become available, and guess what? I'm a training specialist now, and I love it. I am so peaceful in my life. I am so calm. I don't have stress anymore. I'm making a consistent, better paycheck now where I'm not fighting to earn the commission month after month to make this kind of money. Everything shifted. And if I had have just surrendered and said, okay, Spirit, I understand, I feel leadership is where you're guiding me, but I'm not going to try and force the outcome. And it was 11:11 as I just said that on the timestamp. I'm not going to force the outcome. I'm not going to try to dictate what it looks like. I'm going to accept that leadership is what I feel you're guiding me towards, and I'm going to let you guide me. I'm going to let things unfold. I'm not going to try to force. I'm not going to try to make things happen. I'm going to allow and be patient and wait for the right thing. And I guess, I don't regret going after those jobs. What I guess I regret, and the lesson for me is not thinking I'm a failure because I didn't get them. If I could have just looked back and said, okay, this didn't work out. There's a bigger purpose for this. There's a reason why this didn't work out. I'm not gonna personalize this and make it about me being a failure or me not being good enough. It didn't work out because there is something better waiting for me. And I can look back on my life time and time again and see this playing out, where I was so upset about things not working out and fighting against it. And then boom, the better thing happens for me. And then I look back and go, okay. Oh, I see now. I see why I didn't get those 3 management positions that I probably would have hated. It's because I was meant to lead in a different way, and I was meant to lead in my career in a much calmer, peaceful, low stress environment. So now we're going to move into the love department. If you've been following my channel, you know that I felt like I was in a twin flame connection, and there was a particular man that I was very attached to. But this man was not speaking to me. And of course, I then gravitated to all the readers and information I could find online that labeled this a twin flame connection. So I grabbed all the pieces of what those people were saying to make it fit to the narrative that I wanted, because rejection sucks. And unfortunately, this person and I, we kept, coming apart, coming together, coming apart, coming together, and we just couldn't seem to align. It's almost like we were the opposite ends of a magnet, just like repelling each other. And it would be, I was the chaser, he was the runner. He was afraid of the feelings, whatever. It was a very intense connection when it began, and I couldn't let go of that initial spark. It was like I was so stuck on the initial spark that I needed to believe that we were this big love story. He was my twin flame. We were gonna come back together. It's been over 7 months since we spoke, and the last time we spoke, it was really bad. I found out and caught him with another woman. Now, we weren't committed. We weren't, I'm not going to say he really did anything wrong, because we were not in a committed thing. He wouldn't commit, and now I understand why. It's because he wanted his cake and eat it too. He wanted all the love I was pouring into him, but he also wanted to dabble in other things because I wouldn't be physical with him until he made a commitment to me. So he was getting his physical needs met from somebody else, and then taking all the love and positivity that I was pouring into him, he wanted his cake and eat it too. But I couldn't see it. I didn't want to see it. And I'm now looking back, there was so many signs. There were so many readings even that were trying to pop up in my feed talking about a false twin. Look out for this guy, like he's not healthy, he's toxic. And I would ignore every single one of them, and I would gravitate to the readings that fed the narrative that I wanted, which was, he's my twin flame. I know he's going and doing the work. He's going to come back and tell me how much he needs me and misses me and loves me and wants to be with me. And trust me, I know how you're probably thinking, this girl is fucked. She is so delusional. And I was. That is the truth. I really was. I was living in a delusion because it was easier to live in that delusion knowing I had somebody that loved me than face the fact that he didn't love me, he didn't want me, and I have to deal with that aloneness, that I am truly alone, that there is nobody out there loving me and wanting to come back to me and wanting to chase me. The truth is, he doesn't want any of those things. And I have to face the fact that for the last 7 months, I created this whole false story in my head that he did. And that was hard. That was a hard pill to swallow. And that was just the beginning of this week. That only happened at the beginning of this week because I reached out to him, and the response I got was so perfect because it showed me everything I needed to see about the truth. And the truth is, he's not thinking about me. He's not doing any work to come back to me. I'm pretty sure he's still with somebody else. He's moved on. That's the truth. He let this go and he moved on. It wasn't as impactful as I thought it was. But I surrendered. And that's the piece that I feel I need to talk about is when I got that response text that showed me, oh my God, the story I created is not real and it's false. It was very painful, very, very painful, but I accepted it in that moment. I finally got it. I finally opened my eyes and saw the truth, and I surrendered. And I said, okay, you know what, Spirit? Now I get it. You have been blocking me from this person because the real thing that I'm looking for is not him. It's just like the job. I'm being blocked from him and he has no access to me because Spirit has something or somebody way better for me. Way better than anything this guy ever could have gave me, and he didn't even give me much. It was all creation in my mind of what I thought he was going to give me, but he never was going to, you know? And if I want to say too, the minute I did that, the minute I surrendered and said, okay, I get it. I see it, Spirit. I see the truth of this. We are not twin flames. He's not coming back. None of this was real. Yes, we had our moment. Yes, I think he was brought into my life to help me learn some lessons, to choose myself, and he catapulted me into my purpose. The pain he put me through, I started this channel because of that pain. And I believe all he was meant to do was step into my life to catapult me into my purpose and into my deepest personal growth journey. I have had the deepest healing in the last year because of this pain, because of the pain this man put me through. But I've surrendered today. And it's crazy, guys. I'm telling you, I woke up and I carried that through Tuesday. Monday and Tuesday were rough days for me. I felt rejected. I was in the poor me. Why are you doing this to me, God? I thought like he was my twin flame. How could I have been so wrong about this? There were lots of other signs to point me in the other direction of, no, he's not. But I didn't want to see them. I didn't want to look at them. I desperately wanted the love story that I wanted, so I didn't look at the signs and other things Spirit was trying to show me. But when I woke up Wednesday morning, because I finally slammed that door shut, locked it, threw away the key, all of a sudden things shifted. I got up on Wednesday morning, no more love readings popping up in my feed. And if they did, they didn't affect me in the same way. I wasn't like, oh my God, I got to watch that. I have to watch that. There's a sign in it for me. I need to know what he's doing right now. Like the obsession was like gone. It was like the obsession was completely removed from me and I didn't care anymore. And I've said that before, but I think I knew in my heart I didn't really mean it. This time I know it's done. I have no desire to watch the love readings anymore. In fact, if they pop up now, I actually say, please don't recommend that channel anymore. The power of surrender in your life and not trying to dictate the outcome of things is so powerful, guys. So powerful. I'm already seeing the results of finally surrendering this guy, letting go, closing the door. New stuff started popping up in my YouTube feed about expansiveness and like it's personal empowerment and timeline shifts. And it's crazy that it was like Spirit said, okay, all right, you're ready now. You're finally ready to see the truth. So we're ready to give you new information. It's wild, guys. So my message for you in this is to surrender. Even if you're feeling guidance from Spirit that I think I'm meant to be a leader, let Spirit show you what that means. And if something doesn't work out, and Spirit will, sometimes you will feel guided by Spirit. I was just told to say that. You might feel guided by Spirit to go down a path and then a roadblock comes. That's happening purposeful. There's a lesson in it for you. You are meant to go down that path to hit that dead end because there's a lesson in it for you. So I guess if that continues to happen, don't personalize it. Don't think that it's because you're a failure or there's something wrong with you. Trust that you're being blocked from that thing, not because you're not good enough or that you're not deserving of it. You're being blocked from that thing because there is something way better out there for you, and Spirit doesn't want to see you suffer in that thing that you think you want, but you don't. So stop fighting against things that are not working for you. Get back into a flow state. Get back into a I surrender and say it. I surrender, Spirit. I surrender. Please guide me. Please show me the way. I'm just going to surrender and put my hands up. Please guide me to my next steps. Please show me how you want me to show up and be a leader in the world. And guess what? I have a channel now. I teach now. That's how I'm leading. And I have other volunteer positions that I do in my 12-step program that I lead in. I am a pathfinder. You know, my light has encouraged others to do volunteer work in the 12-step program, which is insane to me. And people telling me we only did it because of the energy you bring to the table when we go and we volunteer at this place. We only did it because of you. That is so powerful for me to hear. So I'm going to close it there, guys. Please surrender. Please stop thinking that you're not good enough when things don't work out. The truth is there's just something greater waiting for you. And if you can look at it that way and not personalize it, things are going to shift really quickly for you. I love you so much. Have a beautiful day. Mwah.